r/AskMen. No Alpha Alpha 2412 says, what's the hardest you've been hit before? 7000 RPM says, trained Muay Thai for a while. Taking hard leg kicks during harder sparring sessions is absolutely excruciating, and when it lands perfectly you can hardly walk afterward. So definitely that lol. Over and over and over. Bozzy says, Bahaha, it's always Muay Thai. Was getting pieced up by some kid, so I dropped my lead hand to bait a high kick, got punched in the face, and then ate the high kick I was baiting. Rang my bell something fierce. Kid went on to be internationally decorated, so that makes me feel a little better I guess. Elegant Mankey says, when I was in the army I really wanted to get this specific shirt. Now that shirt had a ritual to get it. It was a shirt of a special unit as a gift for finishing their trainings, and I was definitely not in any special unit as I was just search and rescue. The strongest guy in the platoon has to tie you up and give you one punch. I thought I could take it. I was in martial arts as an early teen. I was a competitive powerlifter etc. Well, the guy that gifted me this shirt was 100 kilograms. And he hit me so hard in my stomach I couldn't breathe and saw blurry. My girlfriend at the time stole that shirt from me the next time we saw each other. Thef and Tom Troll Booth says, you clearly forgot to explain to her the rules for obtaining the shirt. Elegant Mankey says, her dad was an ex-pro hockey player with an axe collection and I loved him, so I didn't want to annoy him at all costs. Carp_kitten says, I'm a petite female, under 5 feet, and was punched in the face by a huge man, well over 6, at a bar once. It literally ruptured my eardrum and my face was swollen for weeks. I was out cold until I woke up in the air. I could not believe that amount of force came from one human's arm. I was hit by a van once, and that amount of force was expected. I truly did not know humans could punch that hard. Carter says, what were you doing? I'm a victim blamer BTW. Temporary Product 928 says, I decided not to play football in school after being concussed in a flag football game during gym class in middle school. I was fat at the time and declared the center by the teacher, assigned to try to block a guy who started on the defensive line for the real team. He ran into me at full speed on the first play. My head bounced off the ground. I woke up shortly thereafter and couldn't walk in a straight line. I was told to go to the nurse's office and needed someone to walk with me to get me there. Bladesman 235 says, 200 newtons. Mostliness says, I couldn't get the lawnmower started when I was like 11 years old. Went to get my dad to help me. After a few pulls he went for one of those you better frickin' start pulls on the cord. I thought that was the best time to peek around him to see what was going on. His fist caught me right in the jaw and rocked me. He thought I was out cold from how hard he hit me. Somehow I was completely fine. He said it's the hardest he's ever hit someone. Santa_Claus 77 says, I was drinking in a field with friends. I was in the back of a pickup truck. Somehow flew over the roof, landed on the hood, hanging onto the windshield wiper with one hand. He hits the brakes, I fly off, he lets off the brakes, and hits me, and I bounced my head off the ground. I thought for sure I was gonna be a vegetable. And no shit, I somehow still had my red Solo cup with some beer left in it, in my hand. Hehachasashikan says, got kicked in the neck during sparring once, turns out you can actually see stars. r/AskMen. Remote_pizza_9758 says, guys, how did you find the love of your life? Dark Rose 50 says, 3rd grade birthday party. I was all like, what is a girl doing at a boy's birthday party? She is my best friend's sister. I always made her laugh, and it never crossed my mind to ask her out. I'm not certain how I can make her laugh, but I do somehow. At some point I noticed that she was a girl and I was attracted to her. I remember going over to play with my friends and maybe being too interested in looking at her in her pajamas. It was my best friend's idea to ask her to prom. She agreed to go with me because I was always kind to everyone at school, even the kids that no one was kind to. So before being a nice guy was an insult, I would tell people that she dated me because I was a nice guy. I have Asperger's syndrome, and she eventually became a special education teacher. Apparently this is a super common match. Sometimes this is switched up a little and the partner is a nurse. She is direct, tells me what she wants, bossy, is patient, and kind. Basically these are pretty much prerequisites for being with someone with Asperger's syndrome. Then she is smart, educated and such. My friends would always poke fun at me saying that I built her in my basement. I must have been a saint in a past life. Jamesicake's 231 says. Tinder. I was shocked too. Playful_sorcery says. High school, we remained friends through all of it, made out a few times, but never crossed the line. Separate colleges, dating other people, love, breakups, growing up. Then with a lot of tension and chemistry built up over a decade we finally gave in at 26/25 just once to see what it's like. It's been 10 years, best friends, married with 2 kids, chemistry and sexual tension still very much alive and well. Mutwa Korb says. Was visiting a friend at a dorm at her college. Was walking down the hall, and I hear this woman swearing at a football game, coming from my friend's dorm room. Walked in, saw her, said to myself, yep, gonna marry that one. I wasn't wrong. Been together for 21 years, and married almost 15. Impressive Floor 700 says. 56 and still looking. Down South Country says. Still looking. CNNLGNS says. She found me, friend of a friend. YES Thesis Fake says. Through a mutual interest, in our case, music. Carl Thuel says. Church camp. Swapical_temp says. Random AOL chat room in 1995. Live 650 miles apart. Long distance relationship for 4 years. Now been married for 24 years. MRLS_ says. Make the best life for yourself, like build a beautiful safe space you exist in, career, hobbies, lifestyle, etc. And then on that journey of building, stay open-minded to women that spark your interest, and be curious about them, so talk to them as much as possible. Desertist says. Picked at the animal shelter. Relevant Rooster 298 says. A Cupid. Catasoon says. Tinder. Finding Bizu says. Tinder. Imthadude 405 says. Social media. We have a pretty interesting story though. Kalmatija says. Olive Garden. Discombobulated 9 says. Hired her to work at my family business. Been together over 21 years. Rude_independence_14 says. We met when we were kids, then we saw each other 25 years later at a wedding. 2 days later we broke up with our respective partners, and have been together ever since. This was 12 years ago. Lord Axelin 110 says. At old job. I was a chef, she is a waitress, she has a great ass and a cracking pair of top bullocks. Been together 9 years today. Chadlik says. HMM. First wife was the younger sister of a fraternity brother. Fiance and I met on Instagram. Castile 1973 says. My sister and her then roommate set us up. Thirsty_wolf 143 says. Bigger question is how many of us are actually better off having found said person. Cordalex 1996 says. Facebook dating 2 years ago. Tried all the stupid dating sites before finding very little success. And here comes this woman crazy enough to give me a chance, lol. I'm happy to say we are engaged now. r/AskMen. Squirrel Hair Fiend says. Men, what is one self-grooming product you have used for years and are forever committed to? Anna Lepidorn says. Toothbrush. I highly recommend it. Jbasknik says. A 2-blade disposable razor. What do I need 5 blades for? Mike 29401 says. Mitchum antiperspirant / deodorant. I sweat like a horse. It works and is cheap af. Music Carmelin 1973 says. Double-edged safety razor. Blades are sharpened $0.50. A blade. No guilt switching them or each week. Stu says. Rubbing alcohol. It's great for my skin and leaves me odorless. Nolotus Note says. Drive. Bronner's peppermint liquid soap. It's not documented, but a regular spray head fits perfectly onto the bottle, replacing the regular cap. I spritz myself in the shower, lather, scrub and rinse. I smell like a frick, I'm Tic Tac. Pokadatad says. Royal Capenhagen aftershave. Smells like old money and sex. Lon_guy says. Double-edged safety razor. Used to get a lot of skin irritation shaving every day in the military, switched to a double edge, and no issues ever since. Desperate_Ambrose says. Soap. Baka006 says. Cremo shaving cream. Shit's legit slick. One bottle lasts about 3 to 6 months if you shave every other day or so. They advertise a bottle every 3 MOs. Overpaid_bum says. Haven't used 4 years yet, but can't see myself without it. Bull cream. The anti-chafing properties alone are a game changer, but smelling all nice down there is sweet. A number not a human says. Showers. Ajasso says. Clippers. For the head, for the pubes. Jalix2321 says. Deodorant. Keystone Lighter says. Toilet paper. I dry my razor after every use to extend the life of the blade. Akmatin 1960 says. Double-edged safety razor. Blackmere says. I shave my own head. I have clippers that have a vacuum built in to catch the hair. Love that thing. Stage 06 says. Dude wipes or similar product for when you on the go and need to take care of swamp balls. Swaquaro says. Cocoa butter and aquifer. Dr_Whiskeyman says. I have a really curly frizzy ginger beard. Last year I came across a new beard balm. I will never use anything else again. Nashman. It's a Turkish brand I think. It's amazing. Beard always looks and feels amazing. Longjumping_mark_670 says. Pomade or hair clay. Hair gel is very easy to misuse and make your hair crusty, but pomades and clays can be used dry. Wet hair plus product equals crusty hair and have a much stronger hold in general. I recommend reusable pomade for its reliability and great scents, or hair dough, because it's just really frickin' strong. Scott Thier says. Mane and tail shampoo and conditioner. Emergency Mouse 5394 says. A brand of gel that translates as gorilla snot, a small dab, makes your hair water and bulletproof. Plus the name just makes me laugh. Mokodi Gorilla. Medical at 9907 says. Beard/bowl trimmer, toothbrush, deodorant. All a man needs. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.